Why, hello there. I am Tonton Bidon and we're back to the Sunless Skies. I don't exactly remember what we did last time, it's been quite some time. Right, actually we went to the Clockwork Sun and then to the Well of the Wolf, right? Then went to the Floating Parliament, right, I remember. And there was catastrophe on the way back from the Floating Parliament, because we found the storm that speaks. And then we lost a big number of crew. Was it 6 to the storm? And we had already lost some before. So now we are at 8 crew. And our former engine, well, the engine we've been using for not so long actually, needed 9. So we've switched it back. And we put it in the bank, I guess? Yes, correct. Okay, so we need to find some way to get crew back, because now we are at barely more than half our capacity, which is pretty bad. And we also want to get back our good engine. Where can we find crew though? Because we can recruit it in London, but we just did. We could go back to the Reach to get some crew, but that would be wasteful. It would cost us like 2 hours. And then 2 hours to get back. Yeah. So we want to find a way to get some crew in some other way. Let's just see what we can do here. Get bombers and specimens to the ministries, which are extremely close. That's just extremely easy. And shit. What else? Get 3 permits and 5 literature to the Clockwork Sun. Do we have literature in the bank? No. It is purchased at... It's not written here. I remember it being purchasable at Albury Uxtamare, which we know is in Albion, but we don't know where. I don't remember. There was a second place where we could buy it. Was it Perdurance, maybe? We have a million reasons to go to Perdurance, but with no indication on where it is. Well, we could perhaps deduce it. We know the Most Serene Mausoleum and the Deep are east-northeast of London. So this way. We've thoroughly scouted the northwest side. So we know this is some kind of waste where London put things it did not care about anymore. So I wouldn't expect London to produce its ministry-approved literature there. So I guess the most likely spot would be east-southeast, that region. I guess it could be here too. So we'll try going roughly southeast and see what we find there. On the way we can totally just deliver the bombers into the ministries. I don't think we have anything else to do particularly. It just sucks that we can't have that good engine equipped. Where was the crew recruiting? Yes. 15 days. So before the half of June. Okay, well, we'll just go to the ministries and then scout around. Sometimes at ports we get some random occasions to recruit crew. I think it's happened on Brabazon. It did happen on the Floating Parliament. Perhaps it happened on the Clockwork Sun. Guess it can happen anywhere. Yeah, losing a lot of crew at the same time is actually pretty terrible. If we lose a lot of hull, we can just repair it in one go, but if we lose crew, we can only recruit it small drops at a time. That doesn't really seem fitting for human beings, although I guess it is fitting for us to say that about human beings. It's not at the bazaar. So where is it? Here. Okay, so we deliver 2 uncanny specimens and 2 rolls of thirsty bombazine, which we found in some random bargain. And that's a lot of money. You were forced to provide your own oil extracted from one of the eerie specimens you found in the sky. The foreman seems impressed. Initiative, he remarks. I admire that. You've gained Strength of the Sun. What? Okay, give us opportunities. Well, I don't know, I really don't. Orders are strictly meant to be done in priority order. Don't like bending rules like this, I must say. Where would the Empire be? His grumbling continues, punctuated by the sharp turn of pages. But they do give me something. They need 3 barrels of unseasoned hours and a ministry stamped permit. Here. 3 hours plus 1 permit. I don't think we have any permit left. Well, okay. We can't recruit people there, right? Yeah, that's where we trade import reports, and here... Right. Oh, right, we need to pass the exam again. Except it's gonna take some time before we get the option. Sure. Ouch. Yeah, so damn slow. We could use hyperspeed, but that would waste fuel. And also we don't know where we're going, so it doesn't make too much sense. Oh, please let me through. Spital Fields Market. That was actually a massive obstacle. Okay. I expected there to be a passage. Well. The vagabond inhales a hearty dose of smoke. Good for the lungs, Captain? I'm not certain. That's not passable. Oh. It's hard to maneuver such a big locomotive. Wheat and Vinegar Lumber Co. The head offices of a lumber concern that imports bronze wood from the Reach. The Wheat and Vinegar Lumber Company operates primarily in the Reach, mining bronze wood and transporting it back to London for construction. I'm surprised I've not heard of that company before then. I guess we've heard about bronze wood lumberjacks in Traitors Wood. Transporting it back to London for construction furniture and locomotive plating. Its loading platform is frequented by brawny, wind-bitten men lugging slabs of bronze wood into the warehouse. The workers give you unsympathetic stares. We're trying to work. It ain't safe for tourists. You return to your engine. The watchers watch you as you go. Suspicious lot, aren't they? So we can't do anything here. Well, okay. That's a graveyard. Village! Well. Could send a scout away. He found nothing. Okay. We're back. Huh. What is that weird place? Smithy's Cut. Something of interest. A station. Well, I guess we'll try to go around that since we've already went this far. That's an explorer. And that's a marauder. I spy with my little eye something beginning with M. Please. Come on. Oh wow. Come on. I do want to loot that ship actually to get the whole points. Let's remember not to fight glorious dreadnoughts. What a mess this is. Come on. Okay. Another one. Okay. Get some whole hull there. Search for survivors, that's amazing. Ah, we are gonna get terror. For a crew member. No thanks. I forgot about that pot. I'm not too sure what those fumes are. The sea of mist is white and thick as a lamb's wool. Okay. Now what's that place? A new plot, right, terror relief. That's good. This is Waterbury Yuxtamare. Workers in neat uniforms guide your locomotive to rest. Tourist engines rest alongside trading engines. Crews trade gossip and delicacies. The signs in block capitals make abundantly clear that this is a place for pleasure. Waterbury Yuxtamare dazzles like a Fabergé. I don't know. Egg. Lamplit, rich brass and Britain in Baroque. In the distance, carnival music mixes with faint cheering. A queue twists and snarls along the dock. Visitors are not allowed to just stroll into the port. They must be admitted. Every fortnight, the Bureau of Entertainments holds a lottery to give out a number of purpose passes, which grant free admittance. The queue for these is long, but it's not the only way into the port. Bypass the queue at the insistence of the authorities. A fox-jawed man, smartly dressed in cobalt, takes notice of you. He crooks a finger. First time visiting Waterbury Justamare, eh? Come on, come over then. Exchange Ministry approved literature for condemned experiments. 5. Jesus. Right, well, we've not found too many condemned experiments. Isn't the music super loud? I just lowered the sound. Okay. The representative of the Bureau of Entertainments introduces himself. We are a department of the Ministry of Public Decency, but we are entirely autonomous. We run this port for the benefit of weary travelers. He leads you past a queue that doesn't even bother to grumble. Yes, I know, queue jumping is terrible in Calf, but would you really rather be mingling with the proletariat when you could be enjoying our port? And I'm sure once you've seen what we have to offer, you'll need to come back again. He leads you to a fitting station. Everyone goes through this. There's a dress code. The Bureau wishes to encourage industrious captains to patronize the port. So for the first visit we are allowed without charge and without having to queue. Okay. The couturier is exquisitely attired. Burgundy tailcoat, cravat, brocaded vest in iron and ink, breeches, boots, and a smile like a shark. Periodically he checks a brass pocket watch, while his grin lengthens and diminishes in turns. He is here to supervise the attire of new visitors to the port. In Waterbury, everyone dresses up in the heady styles of 50 years ago. The Bureau of Entertainments provides suitable attire for all visitors. What article of clothing are you going to base your choice of outfit around? It has no impact on the port, it is merely an outlet for your whimsy. What? I don't know, let's get a coat. I'm not too interested in dressing. Draped across an army of smiling porcelain mannequins is an armament of coats in every size, all sumptuously designed, all perfect, just like you. What? The couturier calls 2 women from a door you hadn't realized was there. They are tall, sinewy, and sepia-skinned. Sepia? Sepia? Don't know how the English pronounce that tree name. With the bluest eyes. As before, as always, my assistants will do everything they can for you, Principal. As before, it's the first time I'm here. The women are efficient but impersonal, their attention bereft of interest. Whenever you attempt to don something that doesn't quite fit your ensemble, they remove the offending garment and replace it with an inventory of superior options. When you finally dismiss the woman, the couturier considers you for a long moment. He turns to a wardrobe, and hands you several garments, all your size. Once you're dressed, he dismisses you, shooing you into Waterbury Justamare. Waterbury Justamare is precisely like every other weekend destination, shabbier than advertised, and bristling with ways to spend more money than intended. Let's write a port report. Those who are anybody and those who are nobody come here to relax. The port's comings and goings could be informative. In the face of candy floss, guards are let down. Presented with this much tea, defenses are dropped. This should have been a good place to gather information. Unfortunately, the screams of the donkeys render eavesdropping impossible. Still, even by itself, a list of visitors is certainly worth something. Okay. Explore a tiny lane bedecked with shops. A bubble of shops and stalls sears the gaze with bold, mismatched colors. A woman calls you over to a stall selling toffees something. They're a little too large to be apples. She assures you with a broad smile that Of course, they're apples. Maybe you haven't seen one recently and can't recall how they look. Some of the toffees have fingerprints in. Still, that child bedecked in frills seems to be eating some without suffering any obvious harm. Your clothes have a shine to them as if abraded into softness. The longer you spend in Waterbury Yuxamare, the easier it is to spot the flaws in the facade. There, another detail not quite right. Your terror has fallen. So does every option here reduce terror, but the more we spend time here, and the less terror is reduced? Take a donkey ride. Succumb to the wiles of a rubbery lumps seller. Here is a path to the beach. Yeah, we'll go to the beach, but... this will reduce your attire for Waterbury Yuxtamare, but may open up new opportunities. Huh? 3 coins. Well, let's take a donkey ride, I guess. I would expect this to reduce terror, but no trip to Waterbury is complete without a donkey ride. A man in a candy-striped suit bellows, while his donkey drools a string of iridescent tumors. How can you resist? You enjoy a pleasant donkey ride along the shore. The rolling motion of the beast's 4 unequal legs is soothing, and the complimentary earplugs block out all but their most thrill-hunting screams. You are returned to the paddock of nervous customers intact and only moderately traumatized. Are the donkey just overflowing with pus and screaming in pain? What is this? Our clothes are getting worn too. What? Ruminate on the nature of donkeys. They are very earthy animals, but where has their ardor gone? The extraneous entrails they shed, the vomit, none of it is ever anywhere to be found. This enables you to investigate the weirdness of Waterbury Yuxamare and offers a potentially rewarding opportunity. Sure, let's just think about donkeys. For all of the sounds that the donkeys make, for all the viscera that they disgorge, all the creatures they disembowel... They disembowel? Do the donkeys eat flesh? What? They seem to be remarkably sanitary creatures. Not a trace of their refuse is to be seen anywhere. The beach remains spotless. But there, look, a donkey is vomiting ropes of grey intestine onto the sands. Surely now bile and blood will reveal themselves, except they don't. The air flickers and once again everything is completely hygienic. Is it the mist? In a place so bright and joy-filled, it's easy to be distracted. However, whatever it was you'd noticed about Waterbury Yuxamare, it's gone now. We got some terror. Tales of terror, that's good actually too. And unseasoned hours and an otherworldly artifact. How did we get that? That's not explained in the slightest. Weird.